What's been happening in Manipur for a month now has been worrying to say the least. Arson, violence and deadly clashes have been rocking the northeast state. But there's no one reason for the present situation. Let's break down 5 reasons why Manipur is burning. In March, the BJP-led Manipur government decided to withdraw from the suspension of operations agreement with 2 hill-based tribal militant groups, the United People's Front and the KUKI National Organization. The Biren Singh government alleged that the 2 groups were influencing agitation among forest encroachers. It essentially meant that the state government was withdrawing itself from the tripartite peace talks between these armed groups and the Modi government through a centre-appointed interlocutor. These talks were initiated in the run-up to the 2017 assembly elections by the Modi government, which had shown interest in speaking with KUKI militant groups. The Manipur government's decision to withdraw from the talks triggered simmering anger within the KUKI-ZOMI tribes towards the majority Meitei community, which Chief Minister Biren Singh also belongs to. Adding fuel to fire, there were a series of protests across the hill states of Churachandpur against the Biren Singh government. The state government felt these protests were fueled by armed KUKI groups. The protests were in response to eviction notices issued by the state government on the basis that they were encroaching upon forest land. This was seen in the KUKI hills as the state government's attempt to subjugate them. The Manipur government's drive was accused of being linked to a perception that a large section of the KUKI-ZOMI people entered the country illegally from Myanmar. Then came the Manipur High Court's order urging the state government to include non-tribal Meiteis in the scheduled tribes list. Meiteis comprise a little over 50% of Manipur's population and are confined to the Imphal Valley. They are demanding ST status out of fear of being dominated by other communities. But this demand has been met with stiff opposition from tribals like KUKIs. Their argument is that Meiteis are better placed in terms of social, political, educational and economic parameters than any other tribe in the state, particularly the ones from the KUKI-ZOMI group. Following the High Court's order, clashes erupted between Meiteis and KUKIs and things went out of control. Another factor is the fear that suspected insurgents hiding in the hilly and forested India-Myanmar border in Manipur have allegedly entered the state. Eastern Manipur's 5 districts share a 400-kilometer-long border with Myanmar. Less than 10% of the international border with Myanmar is fenced. That leaves it wide open as a transit route for drug trafficking to northeast India from the Golden Triangle, which is the tri-junction of the Myanmar, Laos and Thailand borders. And finally, it comes down to Chief Minister N. Biren Singh himself. His actions have been accused of being deeply divisive rather than cautious and aimed at wooing the majority Meitei community. Bear in mind that most of the assembly seats in Manipur are in the valley areas. Biren Singh's labelling of KUKIs as terrorists using sophisticated weapons has further irked the community. His inability to unite the people of his state has triggered widespread calls for his resignation. While Home Minister Amit Shah spent 4 days in Manipur and met all stakeholders, including both the Meiteis and the KUKIs, will there be lasting peace in Manipur? Or will it continue to simmer under the weight of ethnic tensions?